Hello there and welcome to another episode of Dave Flies RC. I'm David. If you've missed the first couple of videos, we are building what we call the Aeronaut Triple Thermic, which is the long electric powered glider here. So we've only just started the build. Obviously you can see us in the background. We started off with two pieces of balsa here and here. We've married the two together. Then we've actually put all the formers into the fuselage, and in the instruction manual it says to actually put the control wires in after the bottom of the fuselage has been sheeted. As you can still see, we haven't quite glued the back together to help us route the cables through. So we only found this out by jumping ahead of the instruction manual. So if you're ever following instruction manuals, just always read ahead. We can keep you from a bit of grief. Okay, so today we are only on page 2 of the instruction manual. As you can probably tell, I'm a pure novice at this. So this is one of our first builds, so we decided we'd start in the smaller scale before we got into something a bit bigger. Okay, so in the instruction manual, off camera, we actually made up these servo trees, which are just sitting here in the background. Okay, so we're actually onto back here, putting the engine mount and the bracing for the electric motor. As it says in the instruction manual, actually to put these formers in, so we've got this R10 which just slips in here. We have the front of the engine mount, which goes on to here. And then we have the formers which actually hold the bulkheads, which strengthen up the whole front of the fuselage. So today we're actually not going to put in this piece back here because we're a bit worried that we won't be able to actually get in to screw the backing plate onto the motor, which it says in the background here. So this is a nice, hopefully it goes sweet, easy step. So we'll just carry on with this. So we're actually going to use, because it's a high stress area, we're going to use a 2-part epoxy to weld these two together. Normally we just use the PVA glue, but I'm a bit worried about the vibration from the electric motor, that we might actually have some difficulties. So we'll just make this little epoxy up, and we'll glue in half of the front of this. So if this is your first time joining the channel, I welcome you. I decided to do this, just recently got into learning how to fly RC planes. So at the moment we're under tuition, and I'll show you a little bit later, but we didn't have a very good first couple of times. We had a bit of a radio glitch, which leads me to say that radio equipment is very, very important. The instructor took the aircraft up for the first time, and we radio glitched, and subsequently I ended up trekking through the bush for a few hundred meters to find the aircraft, which is actually just behind me, and I'll swivel around in a minute and we'll show you. It was absolutely destroyed. But so we built ourselves another trainer boomerang 40, which is what they call high wing trainer, which was what they call ARF. So all we're doing is putting the wings on and the tailplane, and you put your radio gear inside. And after building that one, I sort of decided it wasn't enough in it, so I wanted to have a go at fully building my own aircraft, which led me to a nice silent glider. And and here we are now. So this is only part 2 of this build. We've obviously got a long way to go, but it seems to be enjoyable. So we just pop the glue on here. I've only got a little bit of leftover. So this one's in there. And while we've got a little bit of glue left, we might just put in these top braces. So I've already pre-marked the 2. It worked pretty quickly, although I'll slow down a bit. But we've marked this prior to, and we're running out of glue really fast. Alright, so we'll have to let that one go for the now. So, as previous before, we did this off camera. Let's get the menu out of the way. So these are the 3 bottom hatches, or 1 top hatch, which has just been drying, so still going to leave these a bit to go. So these are our 3 hatches. Okay, so as I said before, just keep an eye on these things when they're gluing, because I had a bit of a mistake here before on the where the wing support braces are here. This one here, I don't know if you can see it, moved while it was drying, so I had this pinned down and some weight on it to help with the drying, and this one slightly moved, so we've had to gouge a bit of this out, and we've still got to glue this in. All right, so once these parts dry, we will glue the rest of the back of this end to the tail, and then we actually start on the sheeting. So as I said before, we're not going to put the front of the cockpit brace in, just so we can get to the motor mount later on. But, so we'll let that one dry up. I know this was a bit of a quick video, but I think I missed out a bit. Yesterday So we decided we'd fill you in on how we're getting along with the progress. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and hopefully you can tune in next time for another episode of the Aeronaut Triple Res electric glider rebuild. Thank you. I'm David, and thank you for watching Dave Flies RC. Thank you.